Hello, Grade 5. We are now on the second week of the fourth quarter. In this prepared video lesson, you are expected to first, visualize the volume of a cube and rectangular prism. Second, name the appropriate unit of measure for measuring the volume of cube and rectangular prism. Lastly, convert smaller unit of volume to larger unit and vice versa. Now, are you ready for another day of fun and learning?
Are you familiar with this object? Yes, you're right. This is a Rubik's Cube. The Rubik's Cube is a 3D combination puzzle invented in 1974 by Hungarian sculptor and professor of architecture Erno Rubik, originally called the Magic Cube. This cube comes in different sizes, such as 2 by 2 by 2, 3 by 3 by 3, 4 by 4 by 4, 5 by 5 by 5, and others. This puzzle will guide us as we analyze some word problems dealing with three-dimensional figures. Let us have the given problem. The barangay officials distributed boxes of canned goods to the homes of fire victims. The boxes were placed in a container van. There are 8 layers of 5 boxes in each 4 rows. How many boxes are there in all? What is the volume of the container van using the boxes? But before we answer this, let us have some simple discussions. When we are asked to find an amount that will occupy space and not just a surface, we are being introduced to another application of measurement, which is volume. Volume is the amount of space inside the solid figure. It is measured in cubic units, which refers to the number of cubes of a given size that can fill the solid figures. This is a rectangular prism. It is a solid figure that has 6 faces that are all rectangles. Opposite faces are congruent and parallel. To get the volume of a rectangular prism, we have to multiply its length, width, and height. Now, what is shown on the presentation is a cube. It is a solid figure that has 6 faces that are all squares. All faces are congruent and parallel. To get the volume of a cube, we have to multiply the measure of its 3 sides. Volume is equal to side times side times side, or volume is equal to S cubed. Let's have example number 1. Based on the given figure, let's identify the following: cubes per row, number of rows, number of layers. So we have 3 cubes per row, 3 rows, and we have 3 layers. Having the same sizes of sides, let's use the formula in finding the volume of a cube. Volume is equal to side times side times sides. Let us replace the values. Volume is equal to 3 times 3 times 3. So, 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to 27. So, the volume of the given cube is equal to 27 cubic units. Now, let's have the second formula. Volume is equal to S cubed. Volume is equal to 3 and then get the cubic value, which also means 3 times 3 times 3, which is equal to 27 cubic units. Let's go back to the given problem earlier. The barangay officials distributed boxes of canned goods to the homes of fire victims. The boxes were placed in a container van. There are 8 layers of 5 boxes in each 4 rows. How many boxes are there in all? What is the volume of the container van using the boxes? Let's take this simple illustration of a shelf consists of 5 boxes per row with 4 rows. So, there are 20 boxes per layer. Therefore, 8 layers of a shelf can have 160 boxes. This time, let us use the formula. Length is equal to 5 boxes, width is equal to 8 boxes, and height is equal to 4 boxes. So since we have different measure of each sides, we have length, width, and height, we will use the formula in finding the volume of a rectangular prism. Volume is equal to length times width times height. Let's substitute the values. Volume is equal to 5 times 8 times 4. So volume is equal to 160. So using the illustration, we have 160 boxes. We are through visualizing the volume of a rectangular prism and a cube. Now, we will now move on to the appropriate unit of measure used for measuring the volume of cube and rectangular prism. So volume measures capacity. To measure volume in solid, we use the cube as the unit of measure. Units of measure for volume were shown on the table, both for the liquid and solid. For the liquid, we have cubic millimeter or ml for small amount, cubic liter, cubic kiloliter, cubic centiliter for large amount. For solid, cubic meter. For large amount, cubic decimeter, and then cubic centimeter for small amount. For us to understand more about these units, let's take these examples. Shoebox. What unit of measure are we going to use to describe the capacity of shoebox? Okay, cubic centimeter because shoebox has a small amount capacity. How about door? Okay, we have to use cubic meters because door is quite bigger and it has a larger amount of capacity. Next, gasoline, that is for a liquid, of course, a bit large amount, so we have to use cubic liters. Converting cubic units. For liquid, 1 liter is equal to 100 centiliters. 1 liter is also equal to 1,000 milliliters, ml. 1 kiloliter is equal to 1,000 liters. Solid, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. To convert from a larger to a smaller unit of cubic measure, we multiply. To convert from a smaller to a larger unit of cubic measure, we divide. I have prepared table of conversion in cubic units used in solid in order to make it easier for us to convert units and to lessen our time getting the cubic equivalent.
Example number 1. Convert 500 cubic centimeters to cubic meters. Since the units involved are cubic centimeters and cubic meters, we will use these values to convert. Copy the given 500 cubic centimeters. Opposite the given value, let us have 1 million cubic centimeters which is equal to 1 cubic meter. So put it on the upper part. Now let's cancel the value cubic centimeters, and then let's proceed to the indicated operation. 500 times 1 is 500. And then the unit, cubic meters. Since the given is a whole number 500, so we may say that the denominator of the given number is 1. So 1 times 1 million is equal to 1 million. Since we are converting smaller unit to larger unit, we have to divide. So we have to divide 500 by 1 million. So let's apply the shortcut method involving numbers with zeros. So let us cancel 2 zeros here and 2 zeros on the divisor. So the new dividend now is 5. And the new divisor is now equal to 10,000. Going back to what we have learned involving decimal, this is what we're going to do. 5 divided by 10,000, of course, 0. Then decimal, add 0. 50 divided by 10,000 is 0. Add another 0. 500 divided by 10,000, 0. Then add 0 again. 5,000 divided by 10,000, still 0. And then add again 0. So we now have 50,000. 50,000 divided by 10,000 is 5. So the answer is 0, 0, 0, 5,
cubic meters. So meaning to say, 500 cubic centimeters is equal to 5 10,000 cubic meters. Example number 2. Convert 54 liters to milliliters. So since the units involved here are liters and millimeters, we will use these values. First, copy the given 54 liters. Opposite the given, we have to write also the equivalent liter. We have 1 liter, and 1 liter is equivalent to 1,000 ml. Now, let us cancel the units. Cancel the liters, and then proceed to multiplication. Since we are converting larger unit to smaller, we have to apply multiplication. So we have 54 times 1,000 is equal to 54,000. And then the unit ml. So meaning to say, 54 liters is equal to 54 ml.
At this time, let us check how well you understood the day's lesson. Be sure to complete the activities on time. Good luck!
Independent Activity 1. Count the cubic units to find the volume of each figure. You have 1 minute to complete the task. Timer starts now. Time's up. Let us check your answers. Number 1. 10 cubic units. Number 2. 12 cubic units. 3. 45 cubic units. 4. 20 cubic units. 5. 100 cubic units. For independent assessment 2, you will be given 1 minute to finish the activity. All you have to do is to write the best unit of measure for the following. Choose the best answer inside the box below. The timer starts now. Time's up. Number 1. Water in an aquarium. The answer is ml. Next, number 2. A box of milk. The answer is cubic centimeters. 3. Water tank. Liter. 4. Classroom. Cubic meters. And then number 5, last number, table. Okay, very good. Cubic centimeters. Independent activity 3. For 2 minutes, you have to convert the following volumes to the indicated measurement. Your timer starts now. Time's up. Number 1. 16 cubic centimeters is equal to 16,000 cubic millimeters. 2. 85,000 cubic decimeters is equal to 85 cubic meters. 3. 4 liters is equal to 400 centiliters. 4. 5,000 ml is equal to 5 liters. And then number 5, 25,000 cubic millimeters is equal to 25 cubic centimeters.
Wow! Great! With that, I know all of you are now ready for another set of activities.
Assessment A. Determine how many red packages will fit into the white container. Write the best unit of measure for the following. Choose the best answer inside the box below. Fill in the blanks to complete the equivalent measure.
Congratulations, grade 5! You all did a good job! See you on our next activity!